Hudson Valley Weather Senior Forecaster Bill Potter. Last Wednesday, the high temperature in Poughkeepsie was 82 degrees. It was summertime. This coming Sunday, we will likely be in the middle of a snowstorm. So it's quite a wild weather roller coaster that we are on. Say that 3 times fast. So we've had a lot of questions, understandably so, about whether this threat is for real, whether it could possibly snow, whether the snow could stick. So what we wanted to do was put together a short video to try and address some of those questions, because with Sunday being the first day of spring, the fact that we're talking about snow in a winter that hasn't seen any snow has a lot of people concerned. And you may have plans for the weekend since it's actually supposed to be springtime. So we want to try and give you as good of an idea as we can right now where things stand. We're going to take a look at two different computer models. We're going to look at the American NAM model first, and then we're going to look at the European model second. The big thing to keep in mind is that these are just computer model scenarios. They will change several times between now and the storm. So what you see here is not what's going to happen. It's just a projection of what could happen or what is likely to happen. We just want to show them to you because it kind of helps illustrate how this is going to play out. We'll kind of try and talk about timeline and why that remains uncertain at this point. Alright, so let's get started. This is the NAM model, the American NAM model first. You can see the storm at 8 a.m. on Sunday is east of Virginia. Alright, light snow is already projected into the Hudson Valley under this scenario. This would be 2 p.m. This would be 8 p.m. on Sunday. The key to note is that while you do see that snow has fallen in the Hudson Valley throughout the day, it is light under this scenario. Under any scenario, the snow that falls during the day is mainly light. And that's important because at this time of year, as we begin spring, the sun angle is much higher in the sky than it is during the winter. And that's important because even though it may be cold and cloudy, the sun is able to warm the surface of the earth through the clouds because it's higher in the sky. It makes it a lot harder for snow to accumulate and stick to roadways. During the daylight hours, if it's not snowing really hard, it's not sticking to the roads. You'll just have wet roadways. You may have some slushy accumulation on grassy areas, but again, you really need it to snow hard for it to accumulate during the day. So during the nighttime hours is really when you're going to have the problems, problems on the roads, and the real accumulations will occur when the sun is set. Alright, so this is 8 p.m., so now the sun's set, and you can see the storm really begins to crank up. Alright, and this is by 8 a.m. Sunday morning, or Monday morning rather. Alright, and the storm is departing. So the bulk of the snow under this scenario would be just east of the Hudson Valley, but again, with the majority of this falling at night, alright, you're still looking at, 4 to 8 inches of snow in the Hudson Valley under this scenario. And so, while it may not be bad during the daytime hours on Sunday, at night and Monday morning, you're going to have some travel problems under this scenario. Something to keep an eye out for. The European model is slower with the storm. Remember that the American model had it already snowing at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Well, this is 2 p.m. on Sunday. Alright, 6 hours later, and it's just getting into the Hudson Valley at that point. So, you might get away with the morning. The morning may not see snow. We've got to figure that out. And just how early in the afternoon it were to start, that's another unknown. Alright, but by sunset, this is 8 p.m. snowing throughout the entire Hudson Valley under the European model. And the heart of the storm really occurs between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's when you're going to see the bulk of the snow, the heaviest snow under the European model, and it begins to pull it away by 8 a.m. Monday morning. The European model snow totals, much more impressive. Anywhere in gray is a foot of snow or more. Anywhere in pink is 9 inches of snow or more. Alright, so the Hudson Valley would be looking at 8 to 12 inches of snow, even some locally higher amounts, if the European model is correct. The key to this whole situation is where this low pressure sets up and how close to the coast it does come. The European model has it closer to the coast, hence the higher snowfall totals. The American models want to pull this thing a little bit further to the east, which would have the focal point of the heaviest snow stay to our east. So we really got to focus on a couple of things. Exactly when does this storm start? Does it start in the morning as some light snow, or does it start in the mid to later part of the afternoon on Sunday? That's a unknown, so we're tracking that. Either way, if it snows during the day, it's probably not too bad of a problem. It's probably not until the sun sets that things really get ugly. The other big thing is where is the axis of heavy snow? Does this thing really hug the coast and drive the heaviest snow into the Hudson Valley? Or is it a little farther east and we just, kind of clipped by this storm? So a lot to sort out in the coming days. We'll walk you through it each day as we get closer. But that's where things stand as of Thursday night. So, you want to check back with us, periodically as we get closer to the storm. We'll keep you up to date, let you know what our latest thoughts are as we get closer. So, questions or comments, please let us know either in the comments section below this video or on Facebook. We really appreciate the feedback, and we'll try and have another video for you over the weekend, and either way we'll have more updates for you on Facebook and on the website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.